interested in this contest, this campaign. And 1, 2, 3. You three can organize a group, or you want to 2 or 3 group. It's up to you. And okay. Besides, or many, please. Okay. Let me explain the grading policy again. The first one, digital notes. Does anyone finish this part? No one. Okay, I will move the 5% to the presentation. I'll try to make you have a beautiful score. That's my duty. I need to do that. And here, creative work. As long as students, you join the contest, the competition, I will give you the 2 or 3 scores, maybe 5. Maybe that it depends on the distribution of students' score. But you can select, you can ask the help, the supervisor from any IHP teacher. Not only me, I'm just one of the choice. And please let me know, okay, $1, I already registered the contest from the Rotary Club. I need a score. Okay, no problem, let me know. I will ask the office, the department office. Okay, and the John, okay, Daniel, okay, already registered the competition. I will give you the score. Don't worry. And if you want to my supervisor, let me know. I have some ideas about how to solve the problems. For example, the open source can solve part of the education inequality. Okay, so we have 3 want to join the contest. The deadline is December 15th. February? Really? But maybe let me confirm. Preliminary video submission deadline. Oh, okay. So sorry. Let me check it again. Maybe I misunderstood something. Let me check the message here. 1 minute, please. Oops, it seems that here our director says, no, sorry, not here. Here. Students want to participate, please contact me directly before next Friday. So how about ask Dr. Yu Dao-Chun first? Is it okay? Because I think I saw this. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you get the prize, I will not ask to share. Don't worry. But I believe that every teacher has their background and their professions. You can ask the teacher to supervise you about this part. Is okay? And try to register first. Okay. And for non-IHP students, if you want to join the competition, please let me know or tell Dr. Yuda Chen. I think he can handle it. No problem. Okay, let's come back here. Okay, again, as long as you join the competition, you register the contest, I will give you this part. Again, my policy is try to encourage you. Okay. Okay, let's go back to our textbook. Okay, and here is improper food handling practices. The top 10 causes of foodborne illness are the following. First one, improper cooling. Actually, in Taiwan, maybe better sanitation is the top one reason to cause the foodborne illness. The second one is advanced preparation. Okay, the third one, infectious person. I just mentioned if I got the norovirus infection and no one knows, I just diarrhea for 3 days and I tell my boss, oh, I'm okay, I'm fine now. However, even the person feel better in 3 days, the virus are still in his or her body, and as long as the viruses are released to the environment, next person may get sick. The number 4, inadequate reheating for hot handling. Inadequate reheating, it means should reheat to certain temperature for a while, but that is inadequate. Improper heat handling. And number 6, contaminated raw food or ingredient. Number 7, unsafe source. Number 8, use of leftovers. That is very common in small business in Taiwan. And number 10, cross-contamination. Number 9, number 10, inadequate cooking. And here is another issue called food allergy. Food allergies are specific for individuals because can be life-threatening. I know the probability is really low. But it can be life-threatening. Generally, in average, in most of the cases, people got sick caused by foodborne pathogens. Most of them are not lethal. It will not kill them. Only few cases. But food allergy, the kind of cases are relatively low, but it's life-threatening. But especially as I observe some cases, especially in Europe and US. But in Asia, we don't know. Maybe we have different gene types. We have different body gene or some characters. In Asia, as I know, less food allergy situations. That is good. That's good for us. And through understanding the allergy issue, knowledge and ingredients used in preparation of food, including prepared foods, and care in ensuring separate cooking utensils, cook well, and food preparation services. There is a term called food allergen cross-contamination or food allergen cross-contact. Either one is okay because in Taiwan we use the term cross-contact. It means foods or equipment or utensils, they may have some, for example, the peanuts food allergen. And when I use the utensil or equipment to do another mission, for example, I'm preparing some milk candies without peanuts, but previously, during the previous processing, I did some foods with peanuts, and I didn't wash the equipment very well with enough detergent, with enough process, and the residual of peanuts may left on the surface of the equipment. When I conduct the next mission, for example, I'm making the candies, the cookies without the ingredient of peanuts, but previously the residue on the surface may contaminate next product. That is the big problem. Thus, it's called food preparation services. Oftentimes, the smallest oversize can have serious consequences, as indicated in example below. Okay, and another issue is about MSG. Okay, who knows? MSG stands for sodium glutamic acid. Glutamate are okay. Good. You are professional. Okay, let me read it. MSG is standing for mono, means single. MONO means single. Sodium. Sorry, I don't know how to explain sodium in sodium. Okay. Sodium. Okay. And G is for glutamic acid, or in the acid in the soda form, we call it glutamate, and that is a seasoning very popular in Asia, especially in Taiwan, China, Japan, Korea. I have no idea about the South Asia, and some people are allergic to the MSG, but personally, I don't think so. And in the US, in the early, maybe 50 or 60 years ago, there is called a Chinese restaurant syndrome. And someone believed that MSG is the killer. Okay. And order the chicken strips with a sweet and sour sauce. And the service tell them that the restaurant doesn't add MSG to any of its foods normally, so order should be fine. And after eating the sauce, the customer experiences tightening lips and hives. In follow-up, the manager discovers that the prepared sweet and sour sauce served in the kitchen strips contain MSG in the list of ingredients. But actually, I believe that besides the Taiwanese student here, international student, you come from different countries, you enjoy the foods in Taiwan, you cannot prevent any MSG, because MSG is very popular. We eat it every day in Taiwan. Personally, I don't believe this kind of allergic. So I cannot say that. I apologize for that. I think in Asia, this situation is okay. It's okay, but just few people in the Europe, in the US, has the allergic reaction to the MSG. Okay, let's go next. Chapter number 4. Okay, let's look at anyone want to share their ideas here. No? No one want to share your ideas here? Okay, it's up to you. Chapter 4, preventing foodborne illness. The first one, food handling and storage procedures. And there is a term called fat time. Fat time is not a person, a man called Tom. He is really fat. Fat time is is standing for food, acid, temperature, time, oxygen, and moisture. Okay, let's see it. Food. Bacteria require food to survive. That's okay, but I prefer to use bacteria require nutrients. Okay, for this reason, moist, protein-rich protein are good potential sources of bacterial growth. Okay, we love fried chicken, we love steaks, and bacteria love that kind of foods too. Okay, second one, acid. Bacteria do not grow in acidic environment. For example, vinegar. This is why acidic food like lemon juice and vinegar do not support the growth of bacteria and can be used as preservatives. Preservatives is a terminology to describe the chemical compounds. They are able to preserve foods for a long time. The third one is temperature. Most bacteria will grow rapidly between 4 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. That is 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This is referred to the danger zone. See the section below for more information. And here, I need to compare the differences. In Taiwan, the definition of danger zone is between 7 to 60 degrees Celsius. In US, that is 4.4 degrees to 60. But in other countries, that is 4 to 60. So if you want to have business with different countries, for example, if $1 food processing company want to have business with Costco in Taiwan, I need to follow the rules by Costco, not only by Taiwan regulations. Because Taiwan regulations, the Taiwan government defined the danger zone is 7 to 60, not 4 to 60. But if you want to export your product to Australia, to UK, to somewhere, remember their definition of danger zone is 4 to 60. You need to follow their rules because you want to earn their money. Oh, it's okay? And time. Bacteria require time to multiply. I like this term, multiply. When small numbers of bacteria are present, the risk is usually low, but extended time with the right condition will allow the bacteria to multiply and increase the risk of contamination. I think this sentence is easy to understand. Okay, oxygen. There are two types of bacteria. The first one is called aerobic bacteria. In British accent, it's called aerobic. By American accent, it's called aerobic. It's okay. Aerobic, it means with oxygen or needs oxygen. For example, when $1 is running, I'm jogging with a temper exercise. It's called aerobic exercise. But when I playing basketball, when I play soccer, when I swimming in a competition, that is anaerobic. Again, anaerobic. An, it means the opposite side. And aerobic bacteria means that is afraid of oxygen. They don't like oxygen. Okay, here aerobic bacteria require oxygen to grow, so will not multiply in an oxygen-free environment, such as vacuum packaged container. container. Okay. The other type of bacteria is anaerobic bacteria. Will grow only in oxygen-free environment. Some good guys like this environment. For example, when we drink yogurt or lactic acid bacteria products, and one bacterium called bifidobacterium. That bacteria really like the anaerobic environment. Without oxygen, they can grow only the environment has no oxygen. That is okay. That's okay. But there is a bad guy, really bad. That's called Clostridium botulinum. Clostridium botulinum. That here, the gentleman is here. In Taiwan, we translate this bacteria as meat toxic bacteria. I have no idea in your country the translation of this one. This gentleman is called meat, beef or pork, meat toxic bacteria. Okay, then they may cause botulism. Botulism is a serious problem because as long as a person got this bacteria, the toxin from this bacteria, maybe one in three will die. 1 in 3 will die. It depends on the dose he or she intact. A common example is a product containing harmful Clostridium botulinum that cause botulism. The bacteria has been improper processed during canning. There are two types of canning. One is industry canning. Generally, that's a problem for those industry canning. But most cases happened in the family canning in US, in Taiwan. About 10 years ago in Taiwan, some people, they make their own, how can I say that, sauerkraut, kimchi, they kind of fermented vegetable, and 2 people were dead during the event. Okay, the kind of canning, what is canning? To make food in a can. For the industry, the probability is lower than family canning because family canning is not so professional. Okay, so then it's consumed without any further cooking, reheating. Thus, the government has the advertisement to everybody. If you got the vacuum packaged food, you had better reheat it to boiling for a couple of minutes because the boiling temperature can destroy the toxins produced by Clostridium botulinum. Okay, catch it? Can you get it? Okay, the number 6 is moisture. Bacteria needs moisture to survive and will grow rapidly in moist food. Absolutely, that's okay. And this is why dry and salted foods are lower risk of being hazardous. Do you have the kind of experiences when we buy a toast without any stuffing inside? A toast, and during the room temperature, maybe 3 or 4 days, we can observe the molds. The molds are growing on the toast because molds are one of the fungi. That is not a bacteria. That is not the bacteria. Because the kind of bread or toast are too dry to make the bacteria grow. Okay, here identifying potential hazardous foods. PHF, potentially hazardous foods. Okay, but in the US, they switch to different. It's called time and temperature control. Time and temperature control, TTC. It stands for CTC. Foods that have the fat time conditions are considered potentially hazardous foods. Okay, no problem. PHFs are the foods they are considered perishable. Perishable, that is not safe. They are easy to be spoiled. And that is, they will spoil or go bad if left at room temperature. At room temperature, PHFs are foods that support the growth of or survive disease-causing bacteria, or food that may be contaminated by pathogens. That's okay. That's okay. Before I continue to explain, I have a question. In your home, do you need to put the milk powder in a refrigerator? Do you need to put your milk powder in the refrigerator? The answer is no. The answer is no. But you may ask, milk powder mixed with room temperature water or hot water is a delicious milk. I know. And the kind of milk is rich in protein and many nutrients for human, also for bacteria. Why milk powder can be preserved at room temperature for a long time without being in the refrigerator? The reason is really simple. That is one thing. That's one. The key reason is the. Sorry. No, liquid. Very close. Sorry. You just answer some questions. I will give the 2 scores here. Okay. Okay. But you need to remind me. Today is the week 13. You answer twice. Okay. Because the water activity is low. Okay, let me show you that. During the teaching, I like Wikipedia, but next semester I will tell you how to use Wikipedia properly. Water activity here. And sorry, let me have a note here. Daniel Chen. Okay. 好。Sorry? One more question? Sure. I will ask that. We still have 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, here is the water activity. Water activity. Okay, before I continue to say that, one more question. What's the difference between water activity of a food and water content in a food? What's the difference? I know it is hard for you because your background is business and economics. Again, so actually, do you want to answer? Water activity. The other one is water content. I think water content. Okay, can you tell me what is water content of a food? Water content in a food. This one is different. It's called water activity. Different concept, different definition, but very close. Some different definition, but very close. What's the difference between water activity and water content? You can answer either one. What is water content in a food? In a food. Okay, I get it. I better story. Water content is the water in, American accent called water. I don't like American accent. I prefer to my accent. Okay. Water content in a food, it means the water in the percentage of water in the total food weight. In the opposite side, water activity, the definition is the water can be used by microorganisms. For example, if I have a food type A, food type B, and the total weight is 100 grams, 100 grams, and water content of the number A, assume, is 50 grams of water. B, also 50 grams of water. Okay, but the water activity can be completely different. For example, if food A with a lot of salt, sugar, maltose, that will attract the water, then this kind of water activity, the maximum water activity is 1, from 0 to 1. Assume that is 0.6. Water activity 0.6, that is really safe to consume, but it is a little bit dry. But in this kind of 50 grams of water in 100 grams of food, maybe the water activity can be 0.9. 0.9 is relatively dangerous because mold, for British English, is M-O-U-L-D. Mold is a kind of fungi. They can grow under this water activity. Okay, let's check it. Water activity here. In the future, I will give you more exact definition of this one. Water activity is a partial vapor pressure of water in a solution divided by the standard state portion vapor pressure of water. I know it's difficult to understand. Thus, I just say because the water activity, the water can be used by organisms. When, for example, when sauerkraut, kimchi in Japan, kimchi in Korea, the kind of fermented foods with a lot of salt inside, the salt will keep the water close to it. Thus, the water cannot be vapor, cannot be used for microorganisms. That's the definition of the water activity. It depends on the food ingredients. Some ingredients will keep the water close to it. Thus, the vapor is lower. The vapor is lower. But pure water, the vapor is 100%. 100%. Can you catch it? Okay, let's go. Vapor, that one. This one is called 水活性 water activity. We just translate turn by turn. It is an official professional term in food science and nutrition. The ratio, because the vapor pressure ratio to the pure water, the ratio to the pure water. For example, do you know the beef jerky? Beef jerky, we call it 牛肉干. Dried meat, and the water content is low. The water activity is also low because the water is trapped by the salt or the ingredients in the beef meat, in the beef. But the pure water, the vapor is defined as 1. 1 means 100%. There's no problem to that. No problem to it. And it's actually all the technology. I just guess maybe this kind of unknown technology has been used in human society for thousands of years. I believe. And here, one more that the water migrates from area to high water activity area if the honey honey, the water activity is about 0.6. We know honey, the water content of honey is high. But do you need to place your honey in a refrigerator to prevent the spoilage? No. Why? Because in the honey there are a lot of sugar, including glucose, fructose, this kind of sugar, and sucrose, this kind of sugar. And high content of sugar will attract to keep the water close to the sugar molecule, and the vapor is lower. And 0.6 is really safe. Thus, you don't need to place the honey in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. And there is another one, salami. Salami is a kind of sausage. I read this information many times, but I never added it. And the water activity is 0.86, and to dry air about the 0.5. That is okay. They can preserve it, prevent spoil it. And there is a different issue. For example, when researchers develop a new food product, you need to consider a lot of factors. For example, does the consumer like it? Does the consumer like the flavor? Does the consumer like the price? And as a food scientist, I will consider, does the food can the food be preserved easily? So different department has different thinking, and for the market department, they need to think how to sell the product. Okay, let's come back. So that is the water activity. And generally, a food of a PHF that is of animal origin, such as meat, milk, egg, fish, shellfish, and poultry. Of plant origin, for example, vegetables, beans, fruit, and has been heat retreated, cooked. Any of the raw sprouts about 8 or 10 years ago in Germany, there was an event. Maybe 5 or 10 people were killed by eating alfalfa, the kind of sprout. And any cooked starch, you may ask, cooked starch can kill the bacteria. Yeah, you're right. But after cooking, the temperature is going low. During the cooling process, the bacteria or pathogens may contaminate the food. And any type of soya protein, I like soybean. And any type of soya protein may be contaminated with pathogens. And type 2 identifies common foods, either PHF or non-PHF. Okay, here we just watch the PHF. Let's switch to the non-PHF here. Beef jerky. But in the US, jerky has a different meaning. Jerky means like a stupid person. Beef jerky is a kind of food, dry beef food. Bread, okay. But here the bread is pure bread without stuffing inside, without cream, without jams inside. Uncooked rice is dry. The water activity is low. Raw and complete intact onion without breaking the surface, that's okay. Unopened cans of meat, vegetables, because the packaging material of can protect the food inside. What is that? It made me remind an English sentence called can opener can open cans. Because can, that is a term, and the other can is a food industry, a package of a can. So their English is can opener can open cans. Okay. Because the meat and vegetables cooked and preserved in a can, that is safe. And uncooked beans, that is also safe. Okay. Cooking oil, because the water content, the water activity of oil, that is low. Fresh garlic, okay, powdered eggs. Egg without the protection of the shell, that is perishable. But after drying, that is safe. Flour, the whey flour, that is safe too because that is dry. And dry soup mix. Okay. Let's stop here. The next week we can